Nabokov's Blues by William Matthews. The wall full of quoted passages from his work, with the requisite specimens pinned next to their literary cameo appearances, was too good a temptation to resist, and if the curator couldn't, why should we? The prose dipped and shimmered, and the flies, as I heard a buff call them, stood at lurid attention on their pins. If you loved to read and look, you could be happy a month in that small room. One of the Nabokov photos I'd never seen. He's writing. Left-handed. Why did I never trouble to find out? At his stand-up desk in the hotel apartment in Montreux. The picture's mostly of his back, and the small wedge of face that shows brims with indifference to anything not on the page. The window's shut. A tiny lamp trails a veil of light over the page too far for us to read. We also liked the chest of specimen drawers labeled, as if for the apprentice Freudians, genitalia, wherein languished in files the thousands he examined for his monograph on the Lycaenidae, the silver-studded blues, and there in the center of the room a carillon of blues rang mutely out. There must have been 300 of them. Amanda's blues was there, and the Clark Hill blue, and the Corner blue, Lycidias Melissa Samuelius Nabokov, a violet-tinged copper, the morning cloak, an echo azure, the white-lined green hair-streak, the Cretan Argus, known only by Mount Ida, in the series Nabokov did on this beauty. He noted for each specimen the altitude at which it had been taken, and, as the ads and lovers say, and much, much more, the stilled bell of the tower was a Lycidias Melissa. No doubt it's an accident Melissa rhymes, sort of, with Lolita. The scant hour we could lavish on the blues flew by, and we improvised a path through cars and slush and boot-high berms and mud-blurred snow to wherever we went next, and I must have been mute, or whatever I said won from silence nothing it mourned to lose. I was back in that small room, vast by love of each flickering detail, each genital dusting to nothing, the turn, like a worm's or a caterpillar's, of each phrase. I stood up to my ankles in sludge pooled over a stopped sewer grate, and thought, wouldn't you know it? About love and art. You can be ruined, as we said in southwestern Ohio, by a book or improved by a butterfly. You can dodder in the slop, septic with a rage not for order but for the love the senses bear for what they do, for detail that's never annexed like a reluctant crumb to a vacuum cleaner, to a coherence. You can be bead after bead on perception's rosary. This is the sweet ache that hurts most, the way desire burns bluely at its phosphorescent core. Just as you're having what you wanted most, you want it more and more until there's more than you, or it, or both of you, can bear.